What is happening there, J Game Dude here, and with the advent of the all-digital future for the gaming space, the fact that you can't really own games on physical media as much anymore because, well, let's face it, physical media just isn't selling as well as games digitally is. And with digital storefronts on every single platform available, from PC to PlayStation to Xbox to Switch, we ultimately find ourselves at a crossroads, especially when it comes to delisting pretty much games from the digital platform. Now, with that being said, however, Sega is delisting a bunch of their classic games. They're coming from pretty much every single platform, on PC, on Switch, on PlayStation, on Xbox. Games are going to be removed across the board, and it's all it's all going to be happening on the 6th of December 2024, as per this Game Rant article. Now, it's interesting because so far with a lot of delistings that I've been seeing on digital storefronts, especially on like the PS3 side, for example, I've been seeing tales of games being removed and then later announced to have some sort of current gen release or something along those lines. That's kind of what I've been seeing, so I don't know if Sega is actually going to be planning some sort of bundle where they put all of these classic Sega games into a single collection that people can buy. And when I say classic Sega games, we're talking about stuff that was on the Genesis or the Mega Drive, or those sorts of, Sega and Mega Drive, not Sega and Mega Drive. Genesis and Mega Drive are the exact same platform, just depending on which region you live in. I prefer to say Mega Drive because that's my platform. But yeah, stuff like the Master System, the Mega Drive, like those sorts of games that released on those platforms, and also the Dreamcast if you want to count that as well. But the list of games that are disappearing are as follows. So on Switch and on PlayStation, there is just a single game called Sega Genesis Classics, which is a compilation of Sega Genesis games. Worth pointing out, however, is that on PlayStation 3 especially, you do actually have access to buy individual Sega Genesis games as well, or rather Sega Mega Drive, I should say. So you could buy like a copy of Altered Beast, Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, whatever have you. Like, I don't know if those individual titles are being removed, but on the Xbox side they certainly are, as we have Altered Beast, Crazy Taxi, the Sega Genesis Classics, which is a compilation of classic Sega titles, Golden Axe, Monster World, Nights into Dreams, Sega Bass Fishing, Shinobi, Sonic the Fighters, Streets of Rage, SVC, Toe Jam and Earl. SVC? Toe Jam and Earl? Is that the full name? Because I know Toe Jam and Earl 2 is available as well, but I don't know if that's being delisted as well. Virtua Fighter 2, which is a fun time, let me tell you. And then on Steam, we've got a lot more games. Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, Alien Soldier, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis, Biohazard Battle, Bonanza Bros, Columns 3. Oh, they have Columns? I should buy that. Comic Zone, Crackdown, Crazy Taxi, Decap Attack. Oh, Decap Attack, that's a fun one. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Dreamcast Collection Bundle, Dynamite Heady. Ooh, that's one that I haven't heard of in a while. Echo Jr., Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, which I'm pretty sure is Echo 2 technically. But anyway, Eastward City Under Siege, Eternal Champions, Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Galaxy Force 2, Gain Ground, Golden Axe, Golden Axe 2 and 3, Gunstar Heroes. Oh, okay, that's a shmup right there. Gunstar Heroes. Tough game for sure. Jet Set Radio, boo. I love Jet Set Radio. Kid Chameleon, Landstalker, The Treasures of King Noel, Light Crusader, Mega Drive and Genesis Classics Bundle. Nights into Dreams, Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 3, Generations of Doom, Phantasy Star for the End of the Millennium, Restar, where he plays like the Star Dude and he can reach his arms out, and I don't think he has limbs similar to Rayman, but I digress. Sega Bass Fishing, Shadow Dancer, Shining Force 2, Shining in the Darkness, Shinobi 3, The Return of the Ninja Master, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Space Channel 5 Part 2, Space Harrier 2, Streets of Rage 2, and Streets of Rage 3. Super Thunderblade, Sword of Vermilion, The Revenge of Shinobi, Toe Jam and Earl in Panic on Funkotron? Isn't it Funkotown? Could be wrong about that. Victor Man 2, Virtua Fighter 2, again, great game. Wonder Boy in Monster World, and Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. So At the moment, Sega has not actually explained why, but fans are speculating on the reason why. Many fans hope that it's because Sega could be planning a new bundle that could highlight the games. Some believe it's because the company doesn't want players to confuse the old titles with the remakes, which, fair enough. We are expecting releases of older titles. Again, Revenge of Shinobi is one such example, but also Jet Set Radio and stuff like that. So I could understand that, but if you look at screenshots, that should be like a dead giveaway as to whether or not something is a classic title from the 90s to something that released in 2024. But then if you look at it quality wise, they might as well be the same game, but who knows. Fans are worried that this announcement could affect that. Fair enough. Granted, users who purchased any of the games in the library will still be able to access the delisted ones, so it shouldn't come as much of a concern, until those stores shut down, of course, for those who have already purchased the titles. Still, there's a likelihood that some of these will eventually come back to stores in one way or another, just like, Sonic Generations. That's actually a very good point, because it did get delisted before, and then we did end up getting Sonic Shadow Generations. That being said, I have both Sonic Generations digitally on my PS3, but I also have a physical copy of the game, so I can always play it whenever. So that's at least cool to know. It just sucks that anyone who wants to buy it now is not going to be able to. Still though, this is actually quite fascinating to see, what's kind of going on in the gaming space right now, especially with the delisting of all of these games, because is this ultimately going to lead to something? Is this ultimately going to be a whole lot of nothing? It's really just a matter of time before we do find out, but I do hope it actually leads to something. I'm at least trying to be a little bit hopeful that, hey, maybe something might eventually happen. But with all that said, I am interested to know what you guys have to say about this. Do you guys think Sega is planning something bigger? Is it to do with the remakes that are coming out? Or is Sega still working on that so-called super game that has been rumored for the longest time? Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 400 subs in the not too distant future. And with all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.